Have you ever been sitting in a meeting or a networking event and someone brings up the latest buzzword? You smile politely, but in reality, you don't have the first clue what they're talking about. So you just sit there nodding your head, praying that the subject switches back to football. One of the biggest pitfalls of working in technology is the buzzword. Our products are evolving and changing so fast that it's almost impossible to keep up. Two things that hold true when you work in technology: one, you are never finished learning, and two, no matter how smart you are, it is impossible to know everything about everything every day. To help address this problem, from time to time, we're going to drop a feature called Buzzwords. Our goal in these pieces will be to arm you with enough useful information on a specific buzzword. This will give you the confidence so that in your next meeting, you can be the one that drops the buzzword. Now, the information in these videos will be very basic. The reason for this is even if you have a basic understanding on a topic, it's much easier to digest more complex content on the subject later. So our buzzword this week is the Internet of Things, also known as IoT. I released a more in-depth article on the topic at Verodyne.com, which you can review. There's a link in the description. Today we're going to hit three main points on IoT. First, we're going to answer the question, what is IoT in its most basic form? Second, we'll describe some consumer applications of IoT. These are products that most of us have in our homes today. Finally, we'll move from using IoT in our homes to looking at how we use it in our businesses. The commercial impact of IoT is already game-changing. Plus, the innovations on the roadmap are right out of science fiction. My name is Tesh. I'm a solutions engineer with over 20 years experience supporting Fortune 1000 clients, and this is Verodyne. The Internet of Things, more commonly referred to as IoT, describes a connected network of smart machines. To define IoT in simple terms, we'll need to talk about its predecessor. That is, of course, the Internet of People. The Internet of People is, well, plain old internet that we've used for decades now. To break it down, it's where a person interacts with the internet to gather information. That information is then processed and used by that person to complete specific tasks. For instance, if you were to Google the weather at your home and you're going to find out that it's cold tonight, you would process and use that information to walk to your thermostat and turn up the heat. While the Internet of Things follows the exact same process, only it's machines, not people, who are performing the searches and completing the tasks. For example, suppose you had a smart thermostat in your house. The device checks the weather and adjusts the temperature so you don't have to. All you need to do is configure the thermostat to understand your preferences, you set it, and forget it. That's what IoT is at its most basic level. It's a network of connected machines performing tasks that would normally be completed by a person. It may seem simple, but it's changing the face of countless industries, our businesses, and even our jobs. Now that we know what IoT is at a base level, let's talk about some consumer applications. These are IoT products that most of us have in our homes. Consumer IoT devices are marketed as smart home products. These would be your Ring video doorbells, your smart thermostats, your smart locks open close, or even smartwatches or other wearable devices. These devices can detect and report how many steps you took in a day, or read your heart rate to determine if you've had enough exercise. We have smart light bulbs in my home, which may sound gimmicky, but my family now depends on them. If we're sitting on the couch and we want to lower the lights for a movie, we don't want to get up. So instead we just say, Alexa, set the great room to 20%, and the lights dim for me. I also have smart sprinklers that can check the weather and skip running if the weather detects rain, snow, or wind. Again, the device does the work for me, so I don't have to. Even though smart home products are cool, it's this last point, the commercial applications of IoT, where this technology really starts to get interesting. When it comes to business, IoT is based almost entirely on data collected from sensors. These sensors report back by way of the internet and have been around for years, but were too expensive to deploy. But now, like most technology, the sensors have become very affordable. They can collect endless data points like moisture, temperature, weight, or even pressure. This data is then processed in real time and passed to systems that can act independently without the need for human interaction. Smart farming sensors, for instance, can detect data points like soil moisture or temperature to activate or delay the watering of crops. In supply chain, IoT sensors can provide better visibility to stock and warehouses. These systems protect sensitive inventory and can even generate alarms if storage conditions are not ideal. Retail stores are now using sensors on shelves to calculate inventory. IoT is also used in coolers and HVAC systems to perform routine maintenance. The data from these sensors eliminate the need for a person to visit the store to monitor the system health. Healthcare is another area where innovations of IoT are truly mind-blowing. There are IoT devices in place today that can read blood glucose levels in people with diabetes. There are also products in development where injectable nano devices can enter the body to combat diseases like cancer. The applications for IoT are only in their infancy, but the potential impact is massive. In 2019, the International Data Corporation, IDC, estimated that there will be nearly 42 billion connected devices by 2025. Based on today's population, that's 5.5 devices per person globally. IoT will no doubt save companies millions of dollars each year, but at the same time, each new innovation is going to cost jobs. The person who has a job driving to stores to check the coolers and HVAC systems will be obsolete in 10 years. But at the same time, the advances in medicine and self-driving autonomous vehicles will save lives unlike anything that we've seen in history. In the end, the innovations of IoT are bittersweet. The benefits are too numerous to count, but it's going to impact those working in industries that will not exist in 10 years. So that's IoT from a 30,000 foot level. Again, we have a more in-depth article on this topic at Verodyne.com. It's a 5-minute read. It's in line with this video, but has a lot more technical meat to it. There's a link in the description. Also, if this piece was valuable to you, please subscribe to the channel so you can take advantage of future content. At Verodyne, we're based on 3 principles. 1, we live for IT because technology is so cool, and those of us who have been successful love that we have a front row seat and we have the ability to share it with those coming up. 2, we respect it. We stand in awe of how powerful this technology is, and we commit to informing our community of that power for better or for worse. Finally, and most importantly, we simplify it. Our goal is to keep our content informative, entertaining, and easy to understand for all levels. Simplicity is our way of paying it forward to those who are looking to learn about a career in IT. Likewise, if you're someone who has some experience under your belt, we would love for you to add your knowledge to the conversation. If you've been looking to make a move into technology, but you feel intimidated or afraid of change, I want to let you know that you are not alone. We are here to build a community that is here to support you. We wish you all the best of success in your career journeys, and we pray that you will improve every day. We look forward to seeing you back again, and if you'd like to learn more, please join our community by subscribing to the channel or following our Facebook page at Verodyne. You can also read our written content at Verodyne.com. Take care, God bless, we'll see you soon.